Hello, lovely wrestling fans. It is Kata from wrestling-infos.de here, and with me is Francesco Akira. How are you?
Hey, what's up? Buonasera. I'm good. How are you? How's
I'm
everyone?
fine. I'm so happy I can do this interview with you, so I'm really felt blessed. And how was 2023 so far for you?
It was pretty good. It started with Tokyo Dome, so like Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest show of the year. So it started pretty big, and then we had another tour after. We just recently defended our championship, successfully defended. So it's going pretty well. And then now I'm starting. I will be in Europe for a couple of months, so I'm starting to travel around Europe.
Yeah, 16 Carat Gold is next for you, or it's just around the corner. And the reason why I have the pleasure to do this interview with you, you have already wrestled for WXW, but it's your first 16 Carat Gold week. And what are your expectations?
I'm very, very excited. WXW Carat Gold was a big deal when I started watching indie wrestling. It's very popular. Carat is the biggest tournament in Europe, and I was very sorry that I missed it last year, but I got injured, so I couldn't. But this year, I'm very, very excited to be a part of it.
And what are you looking for the most?
Winning, of course, like becoming the first Italian to win WXW Carat. Make history in Germany also.
And whom do you want to face the most in the tournament?
Uh, I would like to face, I think Irie should be in the tournament, right? Shigeiro
Yes, he's
Irie.
there.
Yeah, so I would really like to face him again. But I know there's many new talents in Germany, WXW, or all over the Europe that are in the tournament, like Peter or like many other guys. So I'm very excited just to challenge myself.
Most of the time you wrestle in Japan. What is the biggest difference between wrestling in Japan and wrestling in Europe?
Uh, it's a big difference, Japanese wrestling, it's not European wrestling, and like European wrestling is not American wrestling. So it's a different world, and like fans and the style and the arena, everything is different. Of course, I love Europe, but I also love Japan. So I think it's just a different culture. And what's the most difference, I think, is fans. Like I love fans everywhere in the world. Like, I think Japanese are very more traditional fans, so they're more serious. And in Europe, you can get more fun, or like you can get fun everywhere, but that's the most difference, I think.
Pro wrestling from Italy is not on the agenda of many. Do you feel a responsibility to highlight Italian pro wrestling?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like that's why I'm very proud to bring like with me the colors of my country, because when I started, no one was in my position. So I want to be the one that opened the door for many other Italian wrestler. That's why that's why being the first Italian at Tokyo Dome was something that made me really proud, because it's like show me that I can open the door for other wrestlers like me, other kids that's just started, that they want to do this for a living. They passionate about it, like I am. So yeah, that's a big goal for me.
And are there any Italian wrestlers we should look out for?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I give you a couple names like Nico Inverardi that already wrestled at WXW, Carat, not in the Carat, but like in the exhibition last year. And Mirko Mori, it's another good name. Um, Adriano from Rome. There's a bunch of good names you can look up. They just need an opportunity to show what they can do.
One curious question, is Bruno Sammartino a role model to you?
I mean, Bruno Sammartino, of course, is a role model to me, but was too back in the past for me. I didn't grow up watching Bruno. He was already retired when I was born. I think, yeah, I'm sure it was. So it wasn't like a guy I used to watch, but as an Italian, it makes me think that he's like the longest WWE champion ever. So, and he's like from Italy. He has a statue in his hometown here in Italy. So, yeah, it's like I like when people not compare, but like they go like, "Oh, you're Italian, like Bruno Sammartino," because there's not many, so it's very difficult.
Okay, going to back to Japan. You were part of the All Japan Dojo. Did you always have your eye on Japan, or how did it come about for you to go to Japan?
I actually never had the eyes on Japan because, like, not never. I was fan, but I was still young. I was the product on TV was always WWE, so I grew up watching that. But then one day, Tajiri saw me in Italy, and he did like a talent scout and brought me to Japan, and that's when I fell in love with Japanese wrestling. I started in All Japan for a couple of years of training every day in the dojo, and then I came to the place I wanted to be, New Japan.
I think not many have seen the documentary This is All Japan Dojo, so could you describe your experience training there?
I I think if people didn't watch it, I think that's the best way to understand how Japanese dojo works. Like that's what I used to do every day. So like training, cooking chanko, cleaning, and like sleeping, and like there's studying Japanese. That was my journey, my day every day. I think that documentary is the best way if someone is interested into getting the dojo or even a fan. He wanted to know what wrestler go through before, like before everything, before their big debut and everything.
Was the transition difficult for you?
The sorry, one more time.
Was the transition from Europe to Japan difficult for you?
Beginning, yes, but like I guess even if it wasn't for wrestling, it would be still difficult because Japan is a total different country. It's like it's like a different language, different culture, different manner. I had to learn everything from zero, and like I was 19 years old when I first got into Japan, so I had to restart from zero, and yeah, it was pretty shocking at the first. But then I felt in love, and I'm still in love with the country.
You and Tajiri had some sort of mentor-pupil relationship at All Japan Pro Wrestling. What did you learn most when you stepped in the ring with him?
Yeah, for sure. He's like I hone him a lot. He's the my Japanese master. He's my master, my senpai, we say in Japan. And like he's the guy that took care of me, that guided me through everything, to good moments, bad moments. What I learned best is like there's everything is experience. Like life is an experience, and you have to enjoy it. And like many days, I was like very tired, very sad, very depressed, but like he helped me get through everything, and he always took a good care of me. So yeah, he's my master. Of course, everything in the ring teach me a lot on the ring, but especially like he told me that life is an experience.
And who else was the big influence for you in All Japan?
In All Japan, I
Or
think
in
like
Japan in general?
I think like in another like someone that like was not an inspiration but took care of me and everything like Tajiri did. I think Osprey is another guy from New Japan. Will Osprey that like he's another guy that believed in me and like give me a chance. And there's the guy like I look up to.
um, How did it feel to win the All Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight title as the first European ever?
It was pretty surreal. Like I still have good memories from that time because it was like I won the tournament a few weeks before, I think, and like the junior tournament, and like it was big news because I was the guy from Italy, was no one, and then I won it, and then I won the title also, and it put me on the radar, and like it was the first gaijin after Kenny Omega, so I was the first gaijin after Kenny Omega, so was very, very rewarding and exciting after 2 years of hard work.
And you teamed with Kento Miyahara in 2020 to unsuccessfully challenge for the All Asia Tag titles. Can you tell us what it was like to be with Kento around in All Japan?
Yeah, he's an amazing wrestler. I think he's one of the best in Japanese wrestling. And he's just amazing guy also, so it was pretty funny to work with him.
And you already mentioned Osprey. You were introduced to the New Japan fans as Will Ospreay's protege. How was the connection made?
We like we bonded like when we were in Japan during COVID time. So because we stayed here, we couldn't do almost barely nothing. There wasn't a lockdown, but it was very strict, and there was no gaijin or other people. I was the only one like in my dojo, and I think he also like was by himself. So we just bonded, and like then he started think watch me wrestle and like give me advice, and I, at some point he believed in me and like gave me the chance to join the United Empire.
Well, your debut in New Japan was at Hyper Battle 22 in Ryogoku. Until then, many people were wondering who the ominous new member of United Empire was. How did it feel to stand in the New Japan ring in Sumo Hall?
I think one of the funniest part was reading on the comments of people, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And some guys goes like, oh, he's Nuncio from FBI, like from WWE. So it was like very funny. But I was like a dream come true. I watched New Japan from very long time, like since I came to Japan and even before. And like standing in Ryogoku, that arena I never been, but I watched it so many times on TV. It's like, oh wow, now I'm here. And it wasn't my debut as a wrestler. It was cool to see the reaction of the fans and like the reaction on social media and everything. So it was like a dream come true.
And now you're part of the United Empire. How would you describe your role in the stable?
I think I'm me and me especially, or like me and TJP are the guy. Like, let me restart this. Okay, sorry. Like I think everyone in the United Empire is special. Like like Aaron is Inara is the guy with the fucking super hard striking, great Okan with a good character, Will, the best wrestler in the world. Me and TJ are like fast, speedy, and he's technical and amazing, and he's legend. He's a long career. He teach me everything. So I think my part is bringing my young energy inside the group. I'm the youngest guy in the group, so I always wanna provide. I always want to like bring passion to the team and bring something. So like me and TJP did with the junior tag belts, we raised the level of this division.
For being in the tag team, you competed in the annual Best of Super Juniors tournament. How was that for you?
Oh, same as before, like Best of Super Junior, everyone watch Best of Super Junior. At least everyone that likes Junior watch Best of Super Junior. And like be in the par, being the first Italian to be inside of it was just amazing. I didn't win it, unfortunately. I'm planning to do this year, but like it was like it was a big accomplishment for me.
And now you are IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with TJP.
Yeah.
For the first time, did you click as a team right away?
Yeah, I think because like the first time we challenged for the title, we won it. So that's why we are working so well together because we just clicked. We didn't need any time for training together. We didn't need any time to know each other. We just click it together and put on a show.
And what makes you stand out as a tag team?
I think like our matches make us stand out. I mean, just watch our matches and like the junior tag division was like the people always leapt on it, you know. Some of the best matches are from that division, and people always leapt on it. But like we now many people are talking about this division and that's because of us. So I think our match make us stand out.
And how did you come up with the name Catch 22?
I think TJ came up with the catch 2-2. It's like we mixed kind of two things like catch 22 is I think an American saying for saying like something that it's almost impossible to do. You say like it's a catch 22, but I'm not sure. I know better the other part, like two in Japanese is ni, and one of our tag team combination is the double knee together to the opponent. So it's knee, catch, knee. That is like
Oh,
double knee. So that's why there's the other joke I like.
that's
And
quite smart.
and I always like TJ doesn't like this, but I always like to say it's because I was 22 when we named the team, but now it doesn't work anymore because I'm 23.
You won the title immediately after forming a team, um, and have been able to defend it so far. Did you expect to be so successful as a team?
I mean, no, honestly, no. I didn't know TJ. I knew TJP, of course, but I didn't know him as a person. I didn't know him closely. So I was like a bet, you know. He bet on me and I bet on him. And like I at first, maybe the first two, even three match, I wasn't sure where this was going, but now I'm pretty confident that we are the best.
Um, Many talk about change taking place in the junior division towards a new generation. Does it feel like that from the inside as well?
Sorry, what sorry?
Like there's a shift in the junior
Ah,
division.
mhm.
Do you feel it from the inside as well?
Yeah, I think so. Like, you know, like new guys are coming up now, like Master Wato and like other guys, like I hopefully from the Young Lion division. You know, New Japan Junior Division has been Iramu, Despe, Ishimori, and like, yeah, like these guys. So it's cool to see new guys coming up. Like me, I'm 23, Master Watt is 25, and like coming up and challenging, and the other foreigner like Leo Rush and like Yo, and you know, new guys that are ready to take challenge, and I like this.
And coming back to the start of the year, your first Wrestle Kingdom Tokyo Dome show, can you tell us how it felt being there?
I felt surreal. Like I watched Wrestle Kingdom as a fan for 2 years, and now from the forest seat, I was in the like on the highway in the entrance, and it was crazy because the arena is enormous. My family was there, and I was opening the biggest show of the year after the pandemic, like the restart show, you know, the show of new hope, a new restart, the Inoki-san like memorial show. So it was a big honor for me to be the first Italian wrestler to do that, and like just to be there. And like when I wrestle, like you know, you're focused on the match, you're focusing on the on like what what the fighting, you know. But like when I also seconded Will on his match with Kenny, I could realize how many people were there, and it was crazy.
And so would you say wrestling in Tokyo Dome was one of your goals in wrestling?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I like when I came first time to Japan 4 years ago, I walk in front of there and hoping one day to be there. So yeah, yeah, for sure.
What are your other, let's say, ultimate goals in wrestling?
It's like I said before, like open the door for other Italian wrestler, get get a bigger name that can help other people to take take new roads and like be the best and win the single also the single junior championship in New Japan.
I heard you couldn't be with United Empire at the crossover pay-per-view with AEW and New Japan because of visa issues. Were you able to fix your problems? So could we
Oh
see
yeah,
you
I,
in?
I I have my new visa now, so hopefully, who knows? But like, I would love to come to US soon. But yeah, last year I couldn't because I didn't have a visa.
And do you have any plans we can know about?
There's some plans that you cannot know about yet.
Okay. And what are your immediate plans after 16 Karat Gold? You said you're touring Europe right
Yeah,
now.
I will go like after WXW, I will go to Dubai, and that makes me very excited because my first time there. So I'm going to Dubai, and then I think after that I will go back to Japan.
So, at the end of my interviews, I always ask, would you rather question? So, my question for you, if you had the choice, would you rather win the Best of Super Juniors tournament this year or participate in the G1 Clinics tournament but not win?
I for sure win the best of Super Junior. I like Junior more than heavy, so I like the Junior heavyweight wrestler. I think the best in the world, the best division. So yeah, for sure, the first one.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. It's been really, really fun talking to you. And to everybody watching, be sure to check out our other interviews heading into the 16 Karat Gold weekend. So see you all next time. Ciao.
Thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.